Football is heading to North America in 2026. It's the biggest, most ambitious World Cup in history. 48 teams, 3 countries, 16 host cities. But behind the excitement lies a growing concern. Because while FIFA is promising unity and growth, the reality is something very different. And today, we're breaking down why the 2026 World Cup might be the most chaotic and costly tournament football has ever seen. Let's start with the basics. The 2026 World Cup will be the first to feature 48 teams, up from 32. That's 104 games, 40 more than previous tournaments. Sounds exciting, right? But here's the catch. Those 104 games will be spread across the US, Canada, and Mexico. And these aren't small hops between cities. We're talking travel differences over 2,500 miles between venues like Seattle and Miami. That's the same as flying from London to Baghdad. How do you build momentum in a tournament when teams, fans, and media are constantly in the air? This isn't just a scheduling issue, it's a football issue. Players will face jet lag, logistics will be a nightmare, and unlike the tight, city-based energy of past World Cups like Germany 2006 or Russia 2018, this one risks feeling disjointed and disconnected. FIFA says this is a World Cup for the fans. But which fans exactly? Ticket prices are expected to break records. Hotel prices in host cities like New York and LA are already skyrocketing. And for traveling fans, you'll need multiple domestic flights, possibly multiple visas, and a lot of money. For fans in the host nations, many of whom aren't even die-hard football supporters, this might feel more like a novelty than a national moment. And for the global fan base, especially those from Africa, Asia, or smaller European nations, 2026 is shaping up to be one of the most inaccessible World Cups ever. That's a problem, because football is supposed to bring the world together, not just reward the rich or lucky. So why is FIFA doing this? The answer, as always, is money. By expanding to 48 teams, FIFA is set to generate an extra $1 billion in revenue. More games equals more ticket sales, more ad slots, more sponsors, more broadcast rights. But here's a trade-off. With more games, the group stage risks becoming bloated and boring. Quality drops, stakes are lower, and fans might lose interest before the knockouts even begin. In chasing record profits, FIFA is gambling with the very thing that makes World Cups magical: the drama, the urgency, the simplicity. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room.
It's called soccer. Go USA!
The United States. Yes, it has huge stadiums and a growing football audience, but the US is still a developing market when it comes to football culture. MLS attendances are decent, but not global. Many Americans still call it soccer and tune in for the Super Bowl before they ever watch a Champions League final. Hosting a World Cup here is risky. Will Americans fill the stadiums for Morocco versus Japan in Kansas City? Will there be genuine atmosphere, or just tourists and corporate guests? Compare this to Germany or Brazil, where football is in the blood. In 2026, FIFA is banking on commercial potential, not passion, and that's a dangerous bet. One of the biggest messes in this World Cup? The format. Originally, FIFA proposed 16 groups of 3 teams. That meant final games with no drama, possibility of collusion, and one team sitting out the last round while the others play. After backlash, they reverted to 12 groups of 4, which solves some issues, but creates others. Like more third-place teams advancing, complex qualification scenarios, an extra round of matches. So now we have a longer tournament and more matches that don't matter, and more confusion. Instead of fixing what wasn't broken, FIFA has added layers of complexity. Don't get me wrong, the 2026 World Cup will still have great moments. The game is too powerful, the players too talented. But this tournament has all the warning signs of being less magical, less unifying, and more commercialized than any World Cup before it. FIFA says it wants to grow the game, but growth without soul is just business. And if we're not careful, 2026 could be remembered not as the future of football, but as the moment it lost its way.